got to make the pitch to the people. I was like, we try not to wade in them waters because the other two don't like to go there. I was like, we got 9 weeks to go. We ain't got time to play. We got to do our work, and we got to do it now.
Well, let's get into it. Good morning, good afternoon. This is the Experts About Nothing podcast. I'm your host Wesley, and we back. We missing two, but they should be here expeditiously, supposedly, but we'll see. One said he was going to be 30 minutes late, so he'll be here in 10 minutes. I don't think we got a time for the other. He'll be here when he get here, or he'll pop in because he listen to us talk, BS right now. But we'll see. But regardless of all that, man, Brand, how you living?
Hey, man, it's Tuesday, and listen, folks, we're going to start the show off real interesting because while the other two are out, while the cat is away, the mice going to play. So listen, we got 9 weeks. For those of you who live in the United States of America, we have 9 weeks. So we want to take this opportunity to talk to you all about the importance of voting. Yes, I know it sounds like a PBS special, but it's important that we vote. Right now, in most states, you can still register to vote. Early voting hasn't started yet, so if you wanted to vote by ballot, you can certainly do that by mail-in ballot. That is available in most states. I didn't tell you this, but the link that I sent you for vote.org that links back to every state.
Yeah,
I checked and verified every link to all 50 states. So, ladies and gentlemen, there's a link, and I don't know if we can put it up later, but for vote.org, where you can go. If you don't know where you need to vote, it'll show you, it'll take you to your state's website, whether that's your Secretary of State, depending on what kind of state government you have, your election board, and you can type in your address, find your voting precinct. If you haven't registered, it'll tell you the rules for registering. You can register online in a lot of cases. It is very cliche. We say it all the time, but it is imperative that each of us do our part to be responsible and to vote. If you have the legal right to vote, please exercise that right to vote. Read up right now. You got 9 weeks to read up on all your candidates, not just the top of the ticket. Obviously, that's important. Maybe it might be the most important in some respects. But in addition, you're down ballot voting. You have time right now, 9 weeks, to do as much research on your own. Don't let people tell you. Go read for yourself. Read the positions that these people have. Almost all of them have websites. You can go and read these people's stances, but we want to encourage each and every one of you, with 9 weeks left, go vote. If you don't have a plan to vote, ask somebody, get your plan together now. I personally have reached out to some of my family members, helped them request their mail-in ballots so they can get it. Some states will even let you, if you've moved, let's say you're registered, at your parents' house, but you didn't bought your own place. Some places you can even get your ballot mailed to your new house because you're still registered the old one and still vote. So there's opportunities for you to participate, and we want to encourage everyone to do so. A lot is on the line. Our freedoms, perhaps even unity in this country. If you feel a certain type of way about that, I'm trying to walk the most unbiased of lines right now. It is very difficult because at least from a top of the ticket standpoint, one group of people are selling you division and American carnage, and the other is telling you that these are problems we can work on, but we got to work on them together. So my opening soliloquy is to just encourage you all to get out and vote. We have 9 weeks to get ready to make a difference, to vote for the change or the not change that we'd like to have, and maybe possibly turn the page on some of these old dusties. We got to get some new ideas and some people willing to work together. The most important part of our government is that it actually functions and works for all of us, not one select group, but for everybody. So we wanted to take this opportunity to reach out and jumpstart that. And with that, Wes, I'm going to step off my soapbox and I'll let you give your take on it.
So as Brand mentioned, to make it easier on y'all, I linked to vote.org in the comments of the various places in which you're watching the video. So it'll be in the comments, vote.org. If you want to check in on your absentee ballot, that's there as well. It's vote.org /absentee ballot. You can go there and click and you can inform yourself on the things that you need to know. Unfortunately, some places in some states are allowing you to become unregistered, in particular Georgia. Apparently that's a thing. I didn't look into it too much, and I hope I'm not spreading any false information, but I'm pretty sure I'm not. There was a campaign put together where you can go to a site and unregister folks to vote because you think that they're not legitly registered. At least that's what you can say. So also be sure to check your registration status as well, and make sure you actually are registered to vote. So with that being said, I'm gonna put the information in here for that as well, so that you can go in and confirm that you are registered to vote. They'll send you the information um, and let you know if you are registered or not. So that is there, and it'll be posted to all the places as well. As I stated earlier, no matter if you're watching us on Facebook, YouTube, or Twitch, the information is being provided to you so you can use it or not use it. It is completely up to you. But and we won't tell you who to vote for because that's not our place. I mean, I know I'm voting for. Y'all know I'm voting for, but that's neither here nor there. Um, you vote for who you want, but just take the time to make sure you're registered to vote. And if you want to vote early, do so. If you want to vote in person, do so. Don't let your right to vote not be exercised. I mean, there's a lot of people that fought for your right to vote, depending on who you are. You may have been able to, you may not have been able to. And depending on who you are, depending on how you vote, you may or may not be able to do it again. So please be sure to go out there and exercise the right while you can, as you should. This is not any type of fear tactic, anything like that. This is what some people have said, and I want us to be able to vote until we can't. So let's do what we got to do and get out there and vote if you need to. But like I said, check your status too. That's very important because don't show up to a voting site not actually being registered to vote. You're going to have a problem. And you ain't going to be able to vote, and then people ain't going to let you in there. So, and it's quick and easy. There's a little bit of information. It's a legit site. So make sure you register to vote.
Yes. And all of the websites, once you go through vote.org, when you go to your state's website, all of the websites have .gov addresses, so you know it's legit. I'll just speak for the Commonwealth on this. But in the Commonwealth, they do verification. So when you get to the point to verify your registration status, it's going to ask you, like obviously your name, but it'll also ask you for your driver's license information.
So vote.org doesn't do that.
Vote.org doesn't do that, but if it ends up taking you to your state site to actually go in and look at it'll show you that. And I just pick on the Commonwealth because that's the one I have experience with, but each state is different. So, do your research now, do it early. And definitely get out and do your part. And Wes, you want me to read this one?
I got it.
Okay.
Pit Boss Ross stated, he's like, I'm voting for sure, but unfortunately down here in South Carolina, it won't make a difference. But the important part is that you do vote because it might make a difference because the way things are going, hey, some places might go, the places they ain't never been before. So put your vote in and you might flip something.
And I want to add this to Pit Boss Ross's statement here. I know a lot of times we hear, oh, well, it's only the battleground states. I want to give you some numbers from the 2020 election. The state of Georgia was 11,000 votes. So that's less than a full capacity basketball arena in the NBA or college basketball. That's a subsection of a football stadium in college football on Saturdays. All it takes is 10,999 others to think the same way that my vote doesn't matter. And a different outcome can happen in a state. So, and I understand what Pit Boss Ross is saying here about South Carolina being deeply red potentially. Listen, every vote matters. Every vote, and I'm gonna be petty and use the quotes that every legal vote is tallied, right? And so, if it's a valid vote, it matters. And even though I know sometimes you think, okay, well, I'm just one out of 160 million votes. That might be true, but the margins, at least in the last election cycle, were very tight, and every single vote counts. So even if you don't think your vote matters, go out, exercise that right to vote. And if nothing else, if you care about your country, and no matter where you are on the political spectrum, I would say most of all of us respecting, our armed forces, right? Most of us have family members that served in that, if not ourselves. those people fought for your right to have the ability to continue to vote and to be free. In addition to that, obviously, from a civil rights standpoint, people marched and were hosed down and had dogs sicked on them. So you have the right to vote. Women marched so that other women that came after them could continue to have the right of enfranchisement because they were disenfranchised. And we're just now really coming past a century of franchisement for women to have the right to vote. So it is imperative, no matter where you are on the political spectrum, if you have the right to vote, get your game plan together now. We still got some time. We're still ahead of cutoff dates for registration in many states. Get registered. If you're already registered, find out where your polling place is if you want to go in person. If you don't want to go in person, you can get your absentee ballot, or you can vote early at a lot of times at your voting precincts or your registrar's office. So there are many options. It doesn't have to look the same way, because I know obviously in some of these states, these precincts are very big as far as population. You're standing in long lines. If you want to avoid that, you got 9 weeks right now to try to get in front of that. So let's do what we can to make sure all of our voices are heard.
Also, one other thing that you should do is, obviously we know the big election, your presidential election, but also learn the people that are on the ballot for your local election. And they may split the ticket. You may want to vote one side for this and another side for that. And you can do that. You don't have to hit everybody down the list. You can vote one side this way and vote one side that way. But you need to know who's on your ballot for two reasons. Number one, so you are informed. But number two, so that you can have an efficient process when you go to the polls. You need to be able to go in there, get in, and get out. The quicker you do it, the quicker the next person gets in. Now, Pitt said, it's frustrating that so many people refuse to vote. I've never missed an election and I won't. But man, this place is crazy red. It might be like that, but man, you got to put in your piece and let them people know how you feel. And man, I know what you mean. I ain't never missed one either since I've had the opportunity to do so. That's something my grandma put into me, and she never missed one, no matter if she was moving slow or barely moving at all. She made sure she got out there and voted no matter what. So for that reason alone, I will never miss an election. Also, I do care about what's going on and want to at least say I put my hat in, because, hey, you can't complain about it unless you actually participate in it.
Right. And listen, this is the one opportunity, right? We constantly talk about, well, the government does this and the government does that. This is your chance to hire or potentially fire or potentially keep somebody fired. And this is up and down the ballot. You have options all across the board, from, like Wes said, from your local elections, whether that's your mayor, your city council people, whether that is your board of supervisors, if you live in a rural area like I do. We have the chance to make the change across the board. Take the time now, research your candidates, find the people that most match what you think works. And to me, and this is just my opinion, again, not telling you who to vote for, the key thing, no matter what affiliation, what left, right, what blue, red, donkey, elephant, the most important thing is that these people are willing to work together on our behalf. It's easy to get power and go and just do things, but we want to make sure we're electing, no matter what affiliation these people have, people who are consistent and are willing to do the work of your county, your city, your state, and obviously the federal government.
And like I said, we won't tell you how to vote for, but Brand, man, I just got to ask you, brother. Man, have you ever seen anybody like this Marjorie Taylor Greene lady, bro? She is insane.
I've been trying to figure out what's wrong with the people in that district in Georgia, but that ain't my business.
I'm just saying, like I don't know if I don't really think they looking into it when they vote sometimes. I just think they just hit the button for the person that's on there, because ain't nobody really vote for that woman, man. It can't be.
I mean, listen, I ain't trying to be funny, nothing, but like, if ever there was a person that was the embodiment of don't talk to me, like just on sight, right? Like I ain't even, like, let's say you never heard the woman talk, right? Like if I seen this woman across the grocery store, her sheer presence is enough for me to be like, that lady's not a nice lady. I ain't even speak a nod to her because I already know what it is.
Hey, because, I'm like I said, we know about the big race, and at least they can be persuasive in their own way, even though I don't know how. Some people listen to some of it, but they're persuasive. I don't know what she persuades other than just division and yelling. That's all she do. So,
right.
I don't know.
Yeah. And again, we're harping on the division unity piece, because I'll say this. We talk a lot, like as a society, about foreign actors interfere. You want to know why they want to interfere, because it's not about really electing one politician over another. They don't care. What they want to do is sow the seeds of division in us, because they're not, I'm just going to say this. They're afraid of our military might. That's part of it. But they know the military might is really only as good as the people behind the might, right? The people behind the might would be you and me, us regular tax-paying folks, right? They want to sow seeds of division between us, because that gives them the cracks then to maybe get some pot shots at the United States. They don't care about, who is in the White House. They just want you and me at odds. And you can make a case about the people inside the country. And there's people that are sowing that too. But if you really think about it from a security perspective on a global stage, our enemies, they want us divided, because a united United States of America is a force to be reckoned with. 330 million strong with one loud voice. I mean, I know that's a drop in the bucket on a planet with 8 billion people, but them 330 million, they pretty loud if they get together, So remember too, and that's why I say it's about people, because again, I don't really care which way you vote on some of this stuff. I just need people that's going to go to wherever they got to go and do the will of the people, do what's right for us, make our lives better. They take our tax dollars. Mind you, these are our tax dollars. They take our tax dollars. Yeah. They have these purse strings. Okay. We want to make sure that our money is doing what it is supposed to do to make our lives better in whatever instance that is. And more important than even all of that, we have to be able to be one people. We are one people. I know that the cynics out there tell you we're not. They tell you that we're divided because we look different, or we worship different gods, or maybe we don't worship a god at all, or we believe this about economics. I'm here to tell you, we all need clean water. We all want our kids to go to good schools. We all want safe neighborhoods. These are all things that we can all agree on. And we might not agree on how we're going to pay for it. We might not agree on some of the policies that go, the intricacies of policy. But the base things we all agree on. So I would just encourage all of you not to listen to talking heads of any variety. Make a decision for yourself. Get educated for yourself. And that way you can make a decision for yourself and your family that best matches, what you think the future should look like.
So Joe said something I'm gonna put up, and then we'll slide away from this after we talk about this real quick. So Joe said everyone is crooked in politics, and I will say this: I think everyone is corruptible in politics, but not everyone is crooked in politics. Depending on how long a person has been in a position, lets you know how long they potentially could be corrupted. And I think that's really, I think that's really where you set at with that. Brent, you want to add anything to that, or we want to slide on?
I'll just say this in response to Joe, because Joe, I often say, and I've said on the show before, that sometimes you look at it and in some instances, it's two sides of the same evil coin. There are sometimes, though, lines of demarcation where one is slightly more evil than the other. Now, I will say this, and we'll probably close out on this and move to our next topic. I will argue this. Right now, the way the system is set up, until we as the people can affect enough change, right? And this is going to take time. This is the part that's hard for us. We live in an instant gratification age where everything happens like that. So we want to fix our problems like that. But the problem is it's going to take time to affect wholesale change. So Joe, to your point, if we believe that many politicians, specifically folks, as Wes said, that have been there for extended periods of time, are corrupt or can be corrupted or crooked, to use Joe's term, then it is our responsibility as an electorate to hold those people accountable. If you believe that these people are doing uncouth things, you as an electorate, you as a voter, and the folks that live in your area, if you're voting on local elections, the folks that live in your state on a state level, the people that live, obviously in the US, if we're voting federally, we have an obligation to hold those people accountable by our vote. And so I would argue, and I'm with you to some extent. I could see it that way to some extent, that the onus now is on us as a people. We can't just keep sitting on our hands and mad that nothing changes, but we're not voting for the change we want to see. We're electing, in a lot of cases, the same people because we pick on, well, our parent, and I'm going to pick on both sides. My parents always voted Democrat. My parents always voted Republican. We're conservative. We're liberal. And so we get stuck in these boxes instead of listening to the topics and say, okay, you and I disagree on this and this, but everything else we line up on. Because to me, again, if you can work together and you're willing to work, no matter who the person is, to do the best thing we can for each other, I don't care what party you assign yourself to, as long as you're doing upright moral things and you're working to make this country a better place for all of us. You could be a Republican, you can be a Democrat. I don't care about that. And so to Joe's point, I would just say it's our choice. We get to choose. Stop letting them convince you that the polls are right. Stop letting them convince you that the talking heads are right. Stop letting them convince you that the politicians standing at the podiums are right. They're not. But you know who could be right? You and me. But we got to do the hard work now. And I would say this, if you have conversations with your loved ones, I'm going to pick a line up from one of the from one of the conferences. I'll just say this: give them a little grace. We're all at different angles and different vantage points. Right now, probably more than any time in several generations, we got to work together. We don't have to agree on how we're going to pay the bills, but we got to agree we got to pay them. We can work on the how of it later, but the important piece is we've got to work together. Your fellow American is not your enemy. I know they want to pitch you as enemy. They are your brother and your sister, and they are part of the American family. You may not agree on a lot, right? But we can respect each other enough to not make it visceral, not make it violent, there's no reason we should live in a day and age now where families can't talk because these crazy people whom we've never met, who've never sat down at Christmas dinner with us, who never helped us fix our bikes, who never came to any of our games, who never came to our graduation. There's no reason that these people should be able to make you turn on people who've been in your life and supported you for most of your life. So keep that in context as we have these conversations over the next 9 weeks. But I'd encourage you all to reach out to somebody. If you have a voting plan together, that's great. Check on your loved ones, see if they got voting plan. If you got folks that are mobility challenged and can't stand, check on those people, your grandparents, your parents. If they need help and they want to vote, but they don't want to go, help them. The time to do all that, to set all that up, is right now.
You got plenty of time. Joe said amen. And now let's get into this foolishness that is the rest of our show. So Kelvin, man, I had the Spam biscuit. It was good. It wasn't bad. I wish they would cook the Spam a little bit harder, and I kind of would prefer it on toast. But hey, man, that Spam biscuit wasn't too bad. I ain't gonna lie to you. Brandy, it was good. It was good.
How much? Okay, Wes. So you said you wanted them to cook the Spam a little longer, so they didn't have enough crispiness on the crust?
Yeah, it could have just been a little bit more crispier, but it wasn't bad. It was not bad at all. I did enjoy the Spam biscuit. It tasted just like you was fixed at your crib. It was good. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we have Byron. He has made it on the scene. He said he was 30 minutes late. I'd give him about 43 minutes or so, but that's okay. He here. That's all that matters.
I've been backstage for a minute. Stop playing with me.
Okay. You've been backstage for 2 minutes at a minimum. At a minimum, you've been.
Then give me my 2 minutes then.
Okay, 40 minutes late. That's fine. Have it. Welcome, Byron, man. How you doing?
I'm pretty good, man. How about you?
Oh, man, I can't complain. So I was telling, I'm sure you probably heard, but I was telling Kelvin and Brent that, yeah, man, I had that Spam biscuit. They weren't bad. Went by the old Biscuitville. They ain't had no line, brother. I was like, all right, I'm in there.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
That's crazy. Like, what time did you go by there? I mean, if Biscuitville ain't got no line, that's crazy.
It's like 8 o'clock in the morning.
No line? Well, I guess on a weekday, it ain't.
Nah, this was it Saturday or Sunday? It was Saturday or Sunday. I can't remember.
Oh, Wes, I'm gonna tell you how you got in and out of Biscuitville. Cats was drunk. Everybody was drunk. They had a 3-day weekend. Them mugs was drunk.
Hey, man.
Yeah, they ain't making
I'll take my win, baby. Because I went in there, got that. Now they did. I wanted 2 of them. They only gave me 1 because I was gonna let my sister try to get her opinion of it, but it worked out. Because I got her backup just in case she didn't like it. So I got her a chicken biscuit and we just went with that instead. But yeah, no, it was good. Biscuitville is still expensive, by the way. because I definitely got 3 items and it was like $20, but whatever.
You drive an hour to go get a burger. How can it be expensive?
Nah, I'm gonna be pettier than that. My man throw all kinds of shade and slander at the people at Chick-fil-A, but go out there and spend the same amount of money for some smaller food portions at Biscuitville. And I'm not knocking Biscuitville. I've had Biscuitville. I think most of the stuff is, it's pretty good. It's okay, but
it's worth the money now. I'm not saying it won't worth the money. I'm just letting y'all know the price is still up there.
But if you ain't got nothing to drink with those pancakes or those fries, you gonna choke out.
Hey Byron, look, if you ain't got no drink, you better hope they gave you enough syrup in that thing.
Yeah. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, also my biscuit was a little light skinned. They could have cooked that biscuit a little longer too, actually. A little light skinned, maybe a little light on the biscuit. They ain't normally like that.
Oh, they was trying to hurry up and get you out the way. The biscuit was pale. The Byron, I don't know if you caught it. He said the Spam didn't have enough crust on it, so they didn't fry it long enough. So Wes, they were just trying to get you to slide up out the way, brother.
I mean, it was nice and brown and cooked, but didn't have that little crisp on it. I mean, I don't know if they do it like that. I have to try it again. Maybe at a different Biscuitville just to see. Maybe I hit the one in the Heights. Oh man, Kelvin, I just told him to give me a spam biscuit with cheese. I didn't get really any of the varieties. I got my own deal because I didn't want the egg and I didn't get the crunch. So
I cannot see me going nowhere at a restaurant and buying Spam.
Hey man,
I just can't
see me doing it.
I just can't see it. I just can't see me doing that.
Hey man, why not?
You'll buy anything.
Well, hold on, Wes.
You go to a restaurant for a burger, don't you?
Pause. They making a burger a lot of times much bigger than I'm gonna make at the crib. Different grade of beef, and there's some more nuances to that, Wes. Spam is spam, brother. That ain't changing. They ain't got no high grade spam coming out the can. I mean, just spam.
Well, no, but it was like a nicely thick piece of spam. It wasn't a thin piece of spam. It was nicely sized too. So it's like about the size you cut at the house. I mean,
how else was it gonna be? All spam is thick.
No, it ain't. It depends on how you bro. It depends on how you cut the spam.
Who was cutting your spam?
Depends. It varies.
You get whatever spam you wanted at my house because I won't eat.
Cool, man. I come out and clear out the cupboard. That's cool. And how much you got left? I'll clear out the cupboard for you. Sure.
I remember my cousin said, so you can eat a syrup sandwich or something. I said, what's a syrup sandwich?
All right, hold on.
Man, I guess I'm eating a syrup sandwich. I tried the syrup sandwich the first time they tried to get me to eat spam.
You crazy. So
it's a fact.
Syrup sandwiches, bro. What's up with that? Like, talk to me.
It's a sandwich. I mean, you take a piece of bread, you put syrup on it. I mean, you can dice it up. You put some people put like bananas and all that type of stuff, and you mix it up and razzle dazzle. I know some people put the mayonnaise and then they put the bananas on top of that, and then they smush it together. Like that was a thing back in the day.
Wait, hold on. You telling me you had a sandwich with some syrup on it?
Yeah.
And some what? And mayonnaise?
No. That was separate. That was separate. You could put the bananas on there if you got bananas with the syrup. Okay. Boom. Oh. That's separate. Then I had people who would take mayonnaise, put it on the bread, and then they put the bananas on top of that and smush it up and eat it.
Now Wes, before you make I haven't had this terrible sounding delicacy, but however, it is a staple from the Great Depression. I only know this because my grandmother-in-law used to enjoy a banana and my wife couldn't stand it. I ain't never been brave enough to try because I know how my stomach built. But
yeah, me too. Yeah,
but it's a staple. It's a staple from the Depression. It is. I mean, some people grew it as an acquired taste and like it continued through generations. Now, Wes, I'm not co-signing it. I'm just telling you it's a thing that exists and it's more popular than you probably believe.
So you trying to tell me that there are people out here that are eating bananas and mayonnaise?
Absolutely.
Yes, sir.
2 pieces of white bread.
Yes,
Absolutely.
sir. I mean, I know it's kind of comical, Wes, but I mean, this is a real serious thing.
Y'all talk about the stuff that I be eating.
I wasn't eating it.
I told you I didn't co-sign it, but I mean, I also didn't live through the Great Depression, so I guess if you ain't have none, now, Wes, before you say that, I know we live in a different time. We have better. I'm just saying some people pass it along as a delicacy from that time period, and they just kind of pass it down through their family, and it's just a thing. It ain't a thing for me. And my people, as far as I know, ain't never indulged in nothing like that, at least not admitting to it in my presence. And I ain't never seen it since I've been old enough to remember. But I mean, my grandmother-in-law, she was, God rest her soul, she lived to be 99. So I mean, you know, sis was back in them days where they didn't have too much at a certain point. So they had to do what they had to do.
I mean, that's something right there. I got
disagree.
no words. Now, granted, now I know y'all from the country, and I don't think we ever talked about this, but I know that, you know, I'm sure they were eating this in the Great Depression too, because you had to get by. I know that people be out here eating squirrels and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
I know that people be out here getting a little raccoon and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
I think people like to eat possum too.
I've heard that, yes.
Now, from my understanding, y'all ain't never had this, right? Y'all ain't never had these items, Byron. Gotta ask you, because you be coming out of nowhere, left field sometimes.
I mean, I done tried pretty much everything, all that stuff. I done tried it. Like, you know,
this is why. Okay. So we in a good spot. All right. So let me ask you this. So this squirrel, how did the squirrel taste when you tried it? I think, how was it prepared?
I couldn't remember. I just remember it being on the plate because they had deer meat, and I was like, man, that don't taste too bad. That don't taste too bad
with me. I'm all for some venison.
And they had what?
That's about where we stopped though. But continue talking.
They had squash, which I've never been a fan of squash, and it was like a beef stew. And they had the squirrel. I think they was adding that to the stew.
Mm-hmm.
And I just took a piece just to see what it tastes like. It wasn't crazy. Like, it didn't taste. It just tastes gamey. Like, it didn't have like a distinguished taste. It was just gamey. Like, you ever ate like, you know, gator meat?
No.
It kind of tastes like that to me.
I don't think so.
I could see that. I mean, so I haven't had squirrel. I have had rabbit, Wes. Now, I ain't never messed with no possum, although I have heard stories about my grandfather maybe catching one or two back in the day and cooking them when they had hard times. It wouldn't be something I would do. But the rabbit, I'm with Byron. Like, to me, there's not a distinct like flavor profile. Like, if I had to give it a texture, it's some kind of cross between like beef and like chicken, kind of like the texture to me. But the taste was very gamey. I'm with Byron. Like, you taste like you was outside eating a wild animal, even though this thing was cooked. And in my case, they had it served up with gravy. But I mean, you know.
So I just picked up one because I heard you talking about possum, but I just realized you said you was out here eating some rabbit. You had some rabbit.
I tried it, Wes. I didn't get a whole heap because I already kind of knew, I mean, Bugs is in this pot. That's my homie. So I kind of felt, but I was like, I'm gonna try it. I mean, it's not something I would repeat. But yeah.
Kelvin said, Wes, you haven't had that groundhog, real ground beef. Absolutely not. I caught the groundhog. Well, I caught two groundhogs and I let them go somewhere, which, whatever. There's still another one that needs to be captured, but he will not be eaten. I guarantee you that. Lauren said that made my stomach turn a little bit just thinking about it. And that's in reference to y'all's mayo and banana situation, I think, because that's just.
Listen, we not eating it, Wes. We just know that it's a thing.
I saw something else earlier today, though, that was crazy. I saw that they had pickled ring bologna. Now, I ain't never heard nobody pickling bologna.
Is it in a jar?
It's in a jar, man.
I gotta look this up. This man that said pickled bologna. I gotta look this up.
Yeah, show that to Holly and let her know about that pickled ring bologna. So it's like I don't know, man. It's some stuff.
Amazon got a 2.5 pound jar.
Yeah, man. Yeah, I don't know. So it's ring bologna. So it's like the roll jar. I'm gonna share it on the screen so y'all can see what it is. But yeah. So this is pickled ring bologna.
Look at this foolishness, Byron. Look at this mess.
Man, this ain't a good view of it. It's kind of a small jar, but yeah, man. Get yeah. I got nothing. Yeah. So I didn't know that they pickled bologna, but apparently They pickle bologna and they put it in a jar.
I'm fasting, bro.
Bro, I thought you was done fasting.
No, if that came across, I'm fasting.
Oh, okay.
We're gonna hit the reset button.
Okay.
Straight like that.
And I guess people also are home pickling bologna, bologna as well, because I mean, they look like hot dogs, but I guess it's just a ring bologna, which is why. Because
And are those banana peppers? It looks like banana peppers at the top of that one jar.
it might be.
Okay.
It could just be onions in the color. No, it's banana peppers. I can tell. Yeah. So, oh, okay. No, this ain't about the food. Greg a little bit behind, or maybe he was just formulating his statement. Grant, you want to take that?
Yeah, I got it. So our government was originally set up to have checks and balances, hence the Democratic and Republican parties. The idea of disagreeing and having the ability and willingness to discuss an issue and understand that neither side has all the answers, then have the wisdom to compromise and do what's best for the country. But what we have had is each side has all the answers and the other side is wrong. No compromise or camaraderie to be found in our government. And we, the common hardworking men, I think there's a little more, but it might be truncating it.
I don't know. I don't have the rest.
I'm going to extrapolate and probably say hardworking men and women of this country are probably the ones left out in the cold. I can't see the whole comment, but I'm sure that's how Gregory was wrapping that up. We're the ones left holding the bag when they, commit dereliction of duty because they want to pursue their own goals instead of the goals of the people.
Agreed. I do believe he was definitely going that way. But unfortunately, I think either Facebook cut it off or
Big Greg just hopped in. He said, "That's right." So we got it.
Okay, cool. So yeah, we talked politics for a little while, Byron, while y'all were MIA. We know y'all ain't trying to jump in like that. But we were just really talking and encouraging people to go out and vote and stuff and whatnot. Really, that's what we were talking about. So that's where Greg's comment comes from, in case you were curious and you didn't catch the beginning of the show and whatnot.
Well, I guess they got the power not to vote too.
They absolutely have the power to not vote, but they should recognize and use their power to vote.
Byron, I'm gonna give you the analogy you missed earlier. Byron, if 11,000 people in Georgia, and again, this is smaller than a packed basketball arena. If 11,000 people had that same mentality in 2020, Donald Trump might be president right now. So, and whatever you feel about it, either way, every vote counts. I know we make the case, okay, well, in Virginia, maybe it doesn't, but we have right now in real time in the 21st century, 11,000 people is not even a whole section in a football stadium. So all you need is 10,999 other people to think my vote don't count along with you, and you flip an election. You do that in 3 other states, you turn an entire country over to different people. So I'm with you about you have the right to not vote. I would encourage everyone to vote because, again, people died for your right to vote. People marched for the 3 of us sitting here, all of us melanated brothers. People were hosed down for that right to vote. People had dogs sicked on them for that right to vote. Now, you could choose not to exercise that right. I mean, I'm not going with you to the ballot box. I don't know what you're going to do. I mean, and it's not an attack on you, Byron. This is just a general statement to everybody. I don't know what you're going to do. But I would encourage everybody. For women, you've only had franchisement for about 100 years. Susan B. Anthony and all those people that came before her and all those women since then marched to try to get y'all the right to vote, and you got it. Somebody, and even if you're a white gentleman, people bled and died. They fought to get rid of a king, a feckless king in England, so you could have the right to vote if you own land in the original setup. So no matter who you are, no matter what your political affiliation is, what you believe, if you're here and you have the legal right to vote, you should exercise it because somebody somewhere suffered for you to have that freedom. And that's the only point I'm making. Now, could you set it out? You could. But if you set it out, I would argue, then they have this little saying, then don't complain about it when things don't go your way because you didn't exercise your right to be like, I don't want this person or I don't want that. It's a different statement when you voted and you're like, oh, we got stuck with this terrible thing. Okay, but at least you tried to do your part to say, hey, this ain't it. This ain't what we about. This is not what my family's about. This person doesn't have my best interest. And the other piece is We can't vilify each other. So I'm not saying you're a villain if you don't vote, but I would say you are doing a disservice to everyone who has sacrificed something for you to have the ability to go vote. So we got 9 weeks. And Byron, I know you missed this part. I encourage people, because some people can't go vote physically because they don't want to stand in long lines if they live in a bigger place. You got 9 weeks. You can vote by mail. You can vote early at the registrar's office or whatever your locality has set up for you to walk into and vote. There is no excuse in 2024 for you not to vote, other than the fact you want to be obstinate and say, oh, I don't want to do it because I don't like nobody. I mean, that's really it. I can't have sympathy for people who are apathetic to the fate of their country, especially when, if you got kids, your choice right now is setting your kids' future up. It's not about just me and you right now. That's short-sighted. That's what the talking heads want you to be, is short-sighted. We got to think 6 steps ahead, because what happens today echoes through time. And what we do right now as adults, because we all are adults, is going to tell the story about our society to future generations. Who are we as a people? What do we believe? When things got tough, what did we do? We are writing our own story, and apathy and unconcernedness, it is a symptom of a bigger problem in this country, because everything, if it doesn't go our way, and I mentioned this earlier about our wanting quick gratification, if it doesn't change fast enough for us, we quit on it. We quit on, and I'm gonna take this a bigger level, and then I'm gonna get off this, Wes. It works in relationships. We quit on relationships because relationships is hard work. Right? Let's go there. We're gonna go there, but we quit on jobs because jobs is hard work. We don't like the people we work with, right? Okay, we quit on jobs. We quit on small businesses because sometimes it takes a long time for us to build up capital and a customer base, and so it's hard, and we quit. We quit on sports because it's hard to go in there and weightlift. It's hard to run every day. But anything worth having is going to be difficult. The question you have to ask yourself, and this is the thing we all got to look in the mirror: who are we? What's in our chest? We might not win every battle. I understand that. I mean, nobody wins every game. Nobody's whatever and right? But what you do on your day in, day out, that says a lot about who you are as a person. And we got to get out of this mentality that if it ain't working for me right now, I'm going to quit. Because eventually what's going to happen is we're going to quit just enough, and we're not going to have anything. Not a country, not a family, not a relationship, not a job or a career, nothing, because we are not willing to do the hard work. Now, I'm not telling nobody to stand untoxic. If you find a way out and you're going to do something different, you're changing a course, that's a different thing, because you're willing to work towards a different course. But I just mean wholesale, I ain't going to do nothing. I'm going to just let this boat sink. We live in a day and age where quitting is easier than rolling up our sleeves and doing the hard work. And then we're busy saying, well, grandma and papa, they had a good relationship. No, because they worked. They worked. Yes. I ain't saying they perfect. We are human. We know that we individually are not perfect, but it's about the work. So what kind of people are we, Byron? That's all I'm asking the people. What kind of people are you?
I'm with everything you said. On my only thing, how I look at things is, I think last year, I think it was either last year or a year before that, but y'all was just talking about, like, y'all was like, the most important thing, I guess y'all forced me to, like, think locally and think community and
Absolutely.
think community. And that's what my head's been. Like, it hasn't been on, like, I felt like, and that just made me think about, like, most of the problems, or they start problems, like, to fix something, you have to fix the daily stuff. Then it's the weekly, then it's the monthly, then it's the yearly.
Yeah.
Then it's then it's the bi-year, or every 5 years, every 3, 10, whatever, and it just goes up from there. So I feel like, as a people, the community is what you're gonna have to fix first. I feel like we can't go to other people and expect change until you change things inside of that community first.
So you should vote like this: you vote out. You start in and vote out. So you start locally and then build up from there, so you get to where you need to be.
But I feel like once we have bigger issues as far as, like, the community, it's just a mindset. The mindset is just different.
Community wise, you gotta.
If we can change mindsets, that'll be bigger than any person we can vote for. If we can change mindsets,
I don't disagree, and I think to a different turn, right? What you and I are talking about is the same thing. It's the mindset. Is do we want to do the work? And I'm with you. Like an election doesn't change that, but I think, and I'm gonna be honest with you, Byron. Like when I popped this up to West, I had a hard time with it because I know, like normally, I know, we try not to get too far down the rabbit hole with it because I know it can be kind of cumbersome. People get at odds. There was something in me that was like, you got 9 weeks. If you encourage the people in 9 weeks to just do, because sometimes it's just a start. Like if you take the one step right and you're like, hey, this is all right. Maybe you'll take 2. Maybe you'll get involved in your community. Maybe you'll start to do more outreach. Because I argue, and this is the point, and I didn't mention this in my opening monologue, but you want to know what real America's like? Go to a local event and just watch the people interact. Watch the different people who look different from each other. They worship different, and just watch how they interact, because I think there's a lot of good that's there, but we got to find a way to take that good and then, like you said, locally, just spread it out. We got the talent, we got the people. It's the will to actually execute on it.
I agree. And with that being said, it sounds like the last straggler has arrived.
Why we gotta be stragglers is crazy.
Hey man, you know what time we start.
Life happens, man.
Hey man, y'all know what time we start. You straggling behind. It is what it is. Durante, welcome to the show, man. How you living? Doing all right?
Straggler.
I'm good.
I'm happy to hear that, man. Glad you're doing all right.
He just woke up.
Hey man, be like that, I suppose.
He ain't come bring no energy or nothing. He just, I'm good. He wearing us down, man. I think we could have did without him.
He just got here. See, there you go again. See, I told.
Well, Durante, if nobody else, I'm glad to see you, brother. I don't know.
I'm glad to see.
I don't know what happened in the in-between time, but I'm glad that you're here. You with us. I don't know why your energy low, but I hope before the show is over, we can get you up. I want to see you crack one of them Durante smiles, man.
He just got here, man. He fine.
Been at work all day, but all right.
He fine. Durante is perfectly fine.
I told Wes life be happening, man.
Life be life, but I'm good. Just
all right, well,
give me a
Durante, now that you have arrived, we're gonna jump into this next topic after I give you a second, I suppose. I'm gonna pull this up on the screen. So actually, let's do this first. Let's do what we did last week, very similarly. I'm still out of it, but we're gonna do quarterbacks and running backs, and we're gonna I'll break it up into segments and let y'all pick y'all's people. You still get 3. So same thing. Give me your top quarterbacks. And we'll start there here in just a second. Let me get my sheet up for that, and we'll get into it. So for those of y'all that were not here last week, I explained to you all what we're about to do. So what we're going to do is we're going to basically allow the fellas to give us their top 3 positions in a game. So we're going to do quarterbacks and then we're going to do running backs. So we're going to do, we'll figure out an order in just a second based off a number selection. So gentlemen, with that being said, Durante, give me a number.
Between what?
Oh, between 1 and 20. Sorry.
Okay. Let's go 6.
All right. So Brent.
Well, I'm always gonna be steady Freddy with that 3.
Okay.
I'm gonna go 7.
And you can go 7. All right. So with that being said, Brandon, Durante, give me another number. Durante first.
$15.
Okay. 15. And Brant, I need another number from you.
Well, if I can't take 3, then we'll do 3 times 3. So I give you 9.
All right. So With that being said, the number actually was 9, but you don't go first, Brand. You go second because you and Durante were both 3 away. Wait, no. Wait, what did I do? Yeah.
How can they be 3 away and it was the same number?
That long off for you to not count?
This is an open book test, and y'all failed. All y'all failed.
I put my number in the wrong spot.
Sorry, we didn't do the math. We didn't.
I messed up the math. I absolutely messed up.
He said, "Oh, y'all was 3." I was like, "They picked different numbers."
I realized they picked different numbers, but what happened was I put my number in the wrong spot. I'm just idiot. Okay, just pay me no mind.
You said it.
Yeah, I know I did. With that being said, it is going to be Byron, Durante, and then Brand. That's the order. All right. So, Byron, man, who's your first quarterback? Who you pulling off the board?
How many are we doing?
We doing 3.
Okay.
I gotta go Pat Mahomes. He won the chip, so I gotta get to him.
But this is for this season though. But all right, I follow you. Durante.
Lamar Jackson.
Okay. Brent.
These fellas have made some 2 good first picks. There's a piece of me that don't want to do this, but my man playing for the contract, so I'm gonna go Dak.
Okay. All right. Old Dakota Prescott. All right, back to you, Byron, man. Number two for you.
Quarterback?
Yeah.
Hurts.
Okay.
CJ.
All right.
He was trying. Now it's trying.
I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go with the Cowboy Killer. I'm gonna go Jordan Love.
That's a good one. I'm not mad at that one.
And there's a reason why we're doing this right now. And Byron, who you got?
Bounce back year. Aaron Rodgers.
All right.
Even better bounce back year.
All right, Durante.
Joe Burrow. Even better bounce back year.
I was gonna go Burrow, but then I was like, man, Aaron Rodgers got something to prove. It's either championship game or bust for them. So he got to do something.
It's either playoffs, show me what you got, or Home Alone 9 for Joe Burrow.
They better be having a shootout. Aaron Rodgers, I mean, he at the end, so I mean they're gonna have a shootout every game.
I want to do rookie, but I said nah. Joe Burrow gotta come back for me.
Bro, I wasn't.
All right, and Brant, man, who's your last one?
Well, this man always be in the playoffs. He just can't never get past Pat Mahomes, so I'm gonna have to put the old Josh Allen in there.
I was torn between them two, but I was like, nah, I'll take the comeback kid. Let me see what he do this year.
All right, so now that
can I have a reserve or something?
Not right now.
All right, so we pick reserves later.
No, it's just the way that I did this thing is so the reason I had y'all do this.
They can pick reserves later. We get one reserve just in case somebody get injured, so I slide them in there like the fuck.
So Darren Orlowski did his own list. He did an elite 9 quarterbacks in the NFL. I don't know if y'all seen that or not, but I want y'all to look at y'all's list and then look at what
Theo played in the NFL, so I ain't about to call. Yeah.
What'd you say?
I said Dio played in the NFL. I ain't about to trash him as a person, but his list I might trash.
Let's go look at his list now.
I mean, listen, AB is a talented wide receiver. Is he crazy? Yes, but that don't mean he ain't talented. Two things can be true, Durante.
That's what I'm saying.
All right, y'all. So this is Orlowski's list.
That was Orlowski's.
Yeah,
that was Orlowski's. That's not bad. That's not a terrible list.
Quarterback list.
I don't know about Herbert though. I heard, but I don't know. Okay, Brock, I give you. Stafford, I give you on the Super Bowl, but to me, Do he got the? I know he got the stats. Does Matt Stafford have the consistency to win postseason? I don't know about that. I mean, I know that's a question mark for Dak because Matt got a ring, but I mean, they also had like a crazy defense, right? So like, it wasn't like it was just on Stafford to win the Super Bowl.
The only one, and he's talking about for this year, right?
This year, this is his list that they did on First Take. This year,
don't understand what we're doing with Justin Hubert because who the fuck is he throwing it to? That's the only one I don't understand. People are on this bandwagon with Justin Hubert. I don't understand why. The dude just can't get over the hump. They just can't.
It's that first year, Durante. You know, they made the playoffs. It's that first year, so they riding that high. But
him, Daniel Jones, and Trevor Lawrence are the same people.
And you say this every week, bro.
Hold on, I'm going to get the numbers. I'll be back, Durante.
Actually, no, I didn't say that. I didn't say that about Justin Hubert.
No, you just added him. You added another person to your comparison.
The same people. Brent, did we do the math on Trevor Lawrence and Daniel Jones?
Yeah, they got the same numbers.
All right, now add Justin Hubert.
I'm working on it. So
might not be as much, but they the same people, bro. I'm telling you.
And I just want to tell the folks at home before I compare all these numbers, just for perspective. And I know there was a lot of change out in Charger land. My man regressed last year. The least amount of touchdowns since he's been in the NFL. Okay. He did throw a lower interception number, but this is like tied for his lowest QBR rating. And it's his lowest completion percentage as a pro at 65.1. So literally last season was his low in every stat: yards, completion percentage, touchdowns, interceptions, the only positive here. And his rating matched his lowest. But let me compare him to everyone's favorite Daniel Jones. I'll get Trevor up in here too. Okay. Yep. Durante, without even looking at the numbers, brother, you spot on. You can't make this stuff up, brother. All right, I got all three of them. So here you go. Daniel Jones.
Yeah, and people say, dang, you don't be paying attention to the game. Yeah, I pay attention to the game. He might make some. I'm not taking away none of his talent. I told you I'm not gonna do that for people.
It's the size and arm.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is his overall numbers, they triplets.
Oh, you know what? Maybe they too tall. All right, so Justin and Trevor are both 6'6". Daniel is 6'5". Now to give y'all the numbers, last season, and I'm gonna have to give you the season before for Daniel because of course y'all know he was hurt last year. Last season, I told you Justin Herbert threw 20 touchdowns, 7 interceptions. He threw for 3,100 yards with a passer rating of 93.2. Trevor Lawrence last season threw for 4,000 yards, 21 touchdowns, 14 picks with a rating of 88.5. Daniel Jones in his last full regular season threw for 3,200 yards, 15 touchdowns, 5 picks with a rating of 92.5, completion percentage 67.2. So yeah, these three dudes is the same dude.
That's hilarious.
I'm not sitting here and I'll get bashed because those people will say Jalen Hurts is not a top 5 quarterback. Who else they'll say? Like, if we look at Joe Burrow's numbers when he first started, I was like, we're not doing that to Joe Burrow because number one, he didn't play last year. Number two, he has proved in his year that because he went all the way to a Super Bowl, but we just glad like that didn't happen. But
everybody acting like that ain't happened. You know.
But I can't do that too. And Dak, they compared Dak in the last 50 games to Patrick Mahomes. We're bashing Dak, but we'll sit here and put Justin Hubert on a pedestal over Dak. And I'm like, all right. So I don't know what I'm talking about though, but it's cool. It's cool. Y'all keep watching whatever game, whatever Madden y'all playing that got Justin Hubert at a 99 rating. It's IRL. That's not happening.
Nah. But I want y'all to see. So on the list, this is what you all picked, and then this is what Orlowski came up with. So this is where we separate here with Jalen, Dak, and Jordan Love. He has Herbert, Stafford, and Purdy instead. So I mean, how y'all feel about that?
Well, okay. First, I'm going to hit y'all with this real quick. No offense to Dan. Dan picked some people that matched Dan's career stats and stuff. He had to have some people like him, and he couldn't. And he listen. I ain't trying to be funny, but bro, that's the only way. Listen. Y'all know how I feel about Dak. I wanted to show me he got toughness and grit, but the stats speak for themselves. And we're not even going to even talk about what Jalen can do, especially if Jalen is protected and healthy. We're not going to even talk about that. So, I mean, no offense to Dan. Some of these names we can co-sign.
Wait. So, Brent, you trying to tell me he picking people that are running in the back of the end zone as a safety, right?
Don't do that like
I'm
that.
going to get Dan stats right now. I guarantee y'all he Daniel Jones too.
Hey, they triplets and Dio the dad, bro. You know what I'm saying? Now, Orlowski as like on first take isn't terrible. I don't mind listening to him on some stuff, but gameplay. Said Dan, I don't know what you're doing with that Justin Hubert pick. I do like you and Shay Shay, but I don't know what you're doing with that Hubert pick. Just don't roll with me very well.
I don't know either, man. But
Matt Stafford, I can understand why he's saying that. Because he's getting back a healthy Cooper Kupp, and they haven't really made too many changes, so he should come back a little bit better. But I'm like, he's getting older, so we can't really, you know what I mean? Brock Purdy, we're just gonna hate on Brock Purdy because he's on 49ers. Let's just be honest. We're just gonna hate him. But I don't know. Cam Newton said it best. He's a game manager.
There ain't nothing wrong with a game manager. By the way, if you all want to put your picks and thoughts in the comments, feel free to do so. We'll be happy to see them, and I want to know where you all are as well. With our list, with their list, and we're gonna do one more list, and then we'll go ahead on and probably roll everybody else on about it.
Lie to you. I don't know what. Hold on. Yeah, no, keep going. My fault. I'm thinking about something else.
Okay. Well, while you thinking, we're gonna do numbers again. We're gonna start with Brent this time.
Well, before we do that, Byron, did you have a comment on Dio's selection versus ours?
Nah, I just feel like it was biased. That's all.
He just said I can't see it earlier, so I just figured that's what he was gonna leave it.
Yeah, I mean it's just a biased list because I think I already seen that list. So it's just a biased list because those guys are like the prototype, quarterbacks. So everybody's always gonna be high on them. I mean, they cannot win for 10 straight seasons. They're still gonna be like, well, he'll get there.
He'll get there. That's hilarious.
Yeah. I mean, for real. I mean, that's how they do. Look how many shots like the prototypical like quarterback get. Like a Daniel Jones could be average for 10, 15 years, bro. And they'll still be like, he just need more weapons.
So the same thing they're doing. Brent, understand where I'm coming from, but the same thing they're doing with Dak, or no?
I think Dak's a little better, man. We give Dak a hard time. Dak is a good quarterback, man. Overall, he is a good quarterback.
I told somebody, I said, if you take Brock Purdy, as a matter of fact, the receiving core Justin, I ain't gonna do that. If you take Dak and put him on the Rams, I feel like they'd be a little bit better. That's just me. Or I ain't gonna lie. On a lot of teams, like honestly, even the Chargers, 49ers. That's why I'm saying, like, when it comes to game managers, like Lamar Jackson on Baltimore, that man's a game changer because next thing you know, he down the field for 56 yards on a hot run. You're like, dang, where'd that come from? Those are game changers, in my opinion. Pat Mahomes, this man just looking to the sideline, talking to Andy Reid, and just launched that bitch 50 yards. Like those are game changers. When I hear Cam Newton say that, Aaron Rodgers, same thing. Like he down there somewhere, fuck it, and gets it off. Like Dak and Brand, I think you said it. He's afraid to run right now. He still shows it. He doesn't like to run, so he just understands. All right. Yeah, we're going to go by the last game. Your last game is the game I got to go by. Yeah, but if you they compared Pat Mahomes' stats to his, and then we looking like, damn, this man actually ain't doing too bad. He just can't get over the hump for some reason. Is it coaching? Yeah. Is it defense? Is it him? Is it
It's the
awesome.
prototype. It's the
But if you sit
prototype.
here and put him on any of these teams right here, he still do all right. It's just to be honest.
Right.
Ryan
And
Tannehill. Ryan Tannehill. Stealing
Dang,
money. Stealing money.
No, Kirk
He a
Cousins.
prototype. He a prototype, so he can keep a job. Think about that. Cam was a Super Bowl and couldn't keep a job.
Byron onto something because Ryan Tannehill's career should have ended in Miami. No offense to Ryan Tannehill.
He's not the pro. He's a prototype of quarterback. He's got the tall. He's tall, length, good arm.
I don't know what you ate today, but
you know, so that's what they like. You know what I'm saying? Kirk Cousins is listen. I'm still listen. He should write a book after he's done. Listen, I'm trying to figure this out. Like, you know,
say he should write a book after he's done.
How to steal $500 million from the NFL?
Yeah, listen, robbing in plain sight should be the title.
Him and Tobias Harris, both of them.
Highway robbery. No, this right. No, how do you rob somebody without a gun? It's crazy.
Hey, bro, it might just be called the prototype. It's a cleaner title.
It's a prototype.
Simmons.
Yeah, Ben Simmons, bro. Oh my God, documentary on the way. Can't wait to watch it on Netflix. Can't wait to watch this shit on Netflix.
Man, them niggas just gave it to me. I said,
they wanted it. John Wall too. John Wall the last 4 years. Oh my gosh. Well, you know, so he went through some things. Okay, so we'll get John a pass.
Yeah, we'll get John. We'll get John a decent pass.
Don't be giving out passes. Don't be giving out passes.
John Wall did go through a lot of stuff though. He lost mom dues.
Yeah, that one let's slide. But what we not gonna do, Wesley Grooms, is tell somebody we giving them a pass. Well, we let you host this show every fucking week. All right, keep it going.
And Byron, I think you're right. It's the narrative that they craft for certain people. I don't know why they want us to push the, like you said, the prototype or what they think is the prototype, like like they want us so bad. And this, I'm gonna say this now. I think that he's a bad boy, but I'm gonna give you somebody modern in the NBA that a little bit they forcing on us, and in the Olympics at times he sort of faded. They doing this a little bit too hard with Ant. They not letting Ant just be himself. They trying to force feed us Ant. I think that's problematic for
He's Ant. The new Jordan. He's the new Jordan. Like, no.
Now I agree he bad, but if y'all let that man just cook and do his own thing, he could become a great. But if y'all keep force feeding him, you know,
they do too much, man.
It was put on display. My man was the moment was a little big for him. The moment was a little big for him. He kind of sort of faded on us, but that's all good now. But let's get this last list on about this way. I want to get this from y'all.
Nobody want to have that conversation. That was good, Byron. I like that. That was good.
I'll tell you though. That's how it is, though.
Brant, man, give me a number.
You already know it's gonna be 3.
But between what and what? I hate when he does this.
The same thing, man.
You could change it, say 50. Damn it.
Oh, I'm not doing that.
Can we find a new host?
All right. So Brant's 3. All right, Durante.
I'm still talking about spam biscuit. My fault. Just read Calvin's comments. Between 20.
Yeah.
Let me get 17.
All right. And Byron.
13.
I'll go last.
Apparently Byron just gonna keep going first. Because that's just seemed to be how this is working out.
Look, man.
Splash. Can't do nothing with him.
Actually, we got it's the same order again. I gotta stop picking 3. I gotta stop picking lower numbers. Oh, no.
Yeah, I don't know what you're doing over there.
All right, but anyway, we're gonna go again. This time we're gonna do running backs, and we'll get our list together where we'll have our offensive players, minus the line and tight end. We ain't even mess with tight end. But anyway, all right, Byron.
Hey, it's some tight ends out there though. Like it's a league of tight ends now.
C-Mac, first prayer. I got to go with him.
Okay, that makes sense. All right, Durante.
My pick in our draft that we did, Bijan Robinson. I don't know why I'm stuck on him right now. I'm just like, yo.
That's all you can get. I mean, so you might as well be.
What do you mean?
I'm just saying you didn't pick him first.
I guess he's saying because he got to go first that he got
Yeah, I'm just saying he wouldn't have picked him first. That's what I'm saying.
All right. Well,
C-Max on the board, you're gonna take him, but
would you pick them first?
Who, Bijan?
Yeah.
No, I'm just saying.
That's all I'm saying.
What point are you proving?
I hate just being unnecessarily competitive. Anyway,
that's that shit.
Brent, who you got, man?
I'm gonna go with who Dallas messed around and let go somewhere else. I'm gonna go with Derrick Henry.
All right, Big Henry. Okay.
They didn't even call the man.
No, look. The man already had a place in Dallas. He already had a place. The man didn't have to find nowhere. All he had to do was call the man. Hey, man, what you want? How many dollars you want? We'll make it happen.
You know what? I think that or somebody made the call and be like, yo, I want the old band back, and we're gonna go all in this season. If it don't work, because it just feel like that's why he's saying that they all in. I feel like they all in on their squad. They drafted in 16. They putting that back together, and they boom.
Well, they missed a lot of pieces.
I'm just saying all the people they can get.
Well, I think that's problematic though, and I'm gonna tell you why. We can't go back because we know what that product was, right? And the league has changed since then. I see what you're saying, Byron. I get it. I mean, the only difference is you got Jason Garrett slapping high fives no more, and that's Mike McCarthy, who also ain't gonna have a job at the end of the season if they don't win. Like it's crazy to me that the Cowboys are dysfunctional because you don't know if you're gonna have your quarterback. They got like a couple more days for the season start to try to get a deal done. If not, then my man is on his path to becoming an unrestricted free agent come next season. So even if he wins a Super Bowl, this is the stupid part about Dallas. They don't pay the man now, and then he wins a Super Bowl. Oh man, you thought 60 mil was tough. You a Super Bowl winning quarterback for the Dallas Cowboys. I mean, Jerry, I don't know what kind of money that boy gonna need, but you go out to get more.
That's wild though.
I mean, just think about it though, because you think about the hype that I'm not saying what we do in the playoffs. You think about the hype train that is the Dallas Cowboys, the pressure cooker that it is, because it's a hype train and it ain't delivering no results, but it's full of hype. So
yeah, but Dak is elite compared to most, though. If you think about it,
I'm not knocking that. That's not the problem. What I'm saying is, and the problem is number 4. The problem, to some degree, might not even be Mike McCarthy. The problem is the owner. But that's the one thing I can't fire. I can't fire the man on the team. Well, I can fire everybody else. Yeah, I can fire Mike McCarthy. I could not re-sign Dak, and I'm not saying Dak's the problem. He's not, because I mean, you think about this dude done had what? 4, 5. He's played 8 seasons. He's had what? 4 different types of offense that they ran, right? One season they didn't even have a base offense they ran out of. The Mugs was running like a multi-offense playbook. Like Kellen Moore had them doing what you would do with NCAA, or like if you playing Madden and you don't know somebody's playbook, you're like, well, I just run the multi playbook because all the formations in there. They literally had a season in which they did that. I mean, you know, I'm with you. I'm not blaming number 4, but you know,
yeah, but it still got 12 wins out of it, though.
Well, listen. We didn't win when it counted. That's the hard part.
Well, all right, let's slide on to round 2. Also, Durante, the reason why he was talking about the Spam biscuit, because I did try it. It was actually good. It wasn't bad. Could have been cooked a little longer, but it was good.
Man, get through this fucking draft. You know I'm trying to hear that nasty shit.
Got to try it, man. It might change your life.
Change my cholesterol habits? The fuck you mean? Like, blood pressure through the damn roof. You out here trying to talk about some Spam biscuit. The fuck?
Hey, man. All right, Byron, who you got round 2?
Round 2?
Yeah.
I'll go with Saquon.
Saquon, you think he gonna bounce through, do his thing?
I think you know he got.
Would you have picked Byron? Would you have picked them first?
No, I wouldn't. I wouldn't. All right. See how fast I answer that?
Is it me next?
It is absolutely you next.
All right.
Second place.
Isaiah Pacheco. Fuck you,
Pacheco.
Yeah, Pacheco. I said Pacheco. My boy. Isaiah. I like that little dude, bro.
Oh, I got.
He bigger than you. How you a little dude?
The man is.
He's 5'10". 5'10". According to the internet.
He come right here to me.
I say he bigger. He's bigger.
Wes is bigger than me, and he tall.
I didn't say taller and bigger. Two different
What the
things.
fuck? I'm not arguing with you. You just finding shit to argue about right now. You just bored.
It really
Oh,
is.
shit. Damn.
All right, so Brent, man, who you got?
Nigga, fucking troller. Where's the West? Shit.
Hey.
He caught it straight.
Yeah, he got us straight.
He caught it straight for real.
That's tough. Wes, I'm gonna go with David Montgomery. I think having a solid tailback for Detroit has what?
Try again. Pick somebody else.
You don't like David Montgomery? The man had 1,000 yards over in 14 games. He didn't even play all 17, and he cracked 1,000.
We're not doing this right now. Listen, yeah. I'm giving Brown hard time.
Durante, your pick is off the board for David Montgomery. You can't have him. Byron.
Let me get that young boy. I was gonna say Walker from Seattle, but I'm gonna go Gibbs from Detroit.
Okay.
Solid list, you know.
Okay. How you spell that man's first name? All right, I got it.
Don't catch me lying.
I'm torn between two.
What you got for me, Durante?
Y'all, he's stuck in the middle.
We got singing again this week. Boy, I tell you what. We out here in these streets, boy. I tell you.
I want to go to the AFC South. And it's two running backs down there. Shut the hell up. There's two running backs down there. Let's just do Jonathan Taylor.
Okay.
Jonathan Taylor. Okay.
So the pride of Indy. Okay.
I want to go to the South.
And the other one was on the Texans. I don't know, man. Brent already got his picks. I ain't worried about it.
He can go Zeke.
Absolutely not.
Absolutely not. You know, I've been
not doing that.
You know, I've been off that trade, and you gave me flack for it when I was in fantasy the last time. You was like, "But Brad, he's a fantasy stud." That man, that was funny. I put him on waiver, and you were like, "Why would you put him on?" I was like, "Well, you see if you can get some points out of him." I couldn't. Anyway, so my last one, and I think this season, if the offense flows right, it should be an even greater breakout season. I'm gonna go with your boy Breece Hall.
All right, Breece Hall.
Oh, yeah, I like dude.
I mean, yeah, that's what's up.
I mean, he didn't have a quarterback and was putting in work. You give him one of the greatest of this generation, and if they can actually block up front, ooh wee.
That's the reason I picked Aaron Rodgers, for my third quarterback. I feel like with him, with that combination, it's gonna be tough.
Tough, and that boy can catch that ball at the backfield too. Oh my God.
They're gonna be doing screens left and right.
Yeah,
I look forward to that.
Yeah, I wanted to hit Joe Mixon, and then I thought about Travis down like the whole NFC
ETN.
I mean, AFC South is actually not bad for real. Actually, not terrible.
Raheem Mostert's still out there. There's a lot of folks out there.
Yeah, but I got him on my fantasy though.
Who's that? Raheem Mostert? Oh, ETN.
I almost picked him up, but I was. No.
Well, for those of y'all that want to see the list, I'll put the list up on the screen of what we did establish. We did quarterbacks and running backs, and this is the list that we put together. It's a pretty good list. It's a stout list of folks. We're gonna see how things go throughout the season. We also compared old Dan Orlowski's list to our quarterbacks list, and that was interesting how we were only off by 3. But the 3 that he had are very, very, very interesting. Like Byron said, the prototype. So I found it very interesting. But like I said, y'all need to put y'all's picks down in the comments or whatever. Let us know how y'all are feeling about it. Or if you just want to rate the list that the fellas made and who had the best list. Obviously, it's by chance that Byron went first on actually all 3 lists, I think.
Yes, he went
Yeah.
first on all 3 lists.
I told you, Splash. You can't do nothing with him. I don't know what you want from me. I mean,
Actually, it was the same order, all 3 lists.
It was. I picked different numbers each time, but y'all for sure.
Was meant to be. Was meant to be, bro.
Well, Brad kept
But
picking the same number. That was Brent's problem.
I mean, listen. Why you want me to come up off my number? Listen, I don't know what the
11.
That man kept saying 3. I guess I got to pick lower numbers.
How you hit?
Look, I can't help it that 3 is my favorite number, bro.
I don't have a problem with it. I'm just
He been shooting dice for a Trey.
That fool was stupid.
That's Trey Dog.
Hey, man, listen. You know, I got a customized Cowboys jersey. That number on the is a 3. And it's my name on the back, but it's a 3 on it. So I mean, you know, it's that's me.
So legitly, I don't know how you hit my topic out the park, but this was on my list. Byron, we started with it, but Durante wasn't here. So we're gonna circle back around, then we're gonna get on about here. I think, yeah. So Durante, earlier we talked about syrup sandwiches. You ever had a syrup sandwich?
Let me come back to this man. Look you dead in your face. What you just asked me?
Have you ever had a syrup sandwich?
I had toast with syrup on it, but
Same
not
thing.
like a actual. So no, that consists of 2 pieces of bread, Byron.
You can do one and fold it up if you ain't got 2. Stop
He said,
playing.
hit it with the hot dog fold. I see you,
Uh-huh.
Byron.
It's not so you consider a hot dog a sandwich?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean it's a half sandwich. Well, not a hot dog with I'm putting the actual frank inside. I mean, to me that's not really a sandwich. But if I'm folding the bread, I mean I'm basically making a sandwich because like I'll make a half a sandwich. So that's folding.
But it's a bun. It's a bun though.
I can see that. I mean,
Can I ask a question? Can you fold toast?
Yeah.
well, if you fold it before you cook it, yes. Otherwise, it's gonna break.
I'm gonna toast it, then spread some syrup on it, eat it like that. So that's why I said sandwich would consist of 2 pieces of bread.
But
The hot dog is a sandwich though. Just saying.
I don't give a damn about that. I just want to make you think about it the rest of this damn show, like you always do. Now, here we go. Byron trolling, I'm fucking trolling. Now, back to what this idiot said. Yeah, I mean, yeah, you can say that. Yeah, actually, yeah.
All right, how about mayo and banana sandwiches?
This has been the Experts About Nothing podcast. Y'all some nasty motherfuckers, because I ain't never thought about that.
Bro, neither had I. This came out of Byron and Brent.
Neither
one of
y'all say nothing. Wait. No.
The fuck? Hell no.
Okay, so he's gonna miss his educational piece. We have not consumed it, Durante. Me and Byron have not
This
eaten
is insane.
it. However, I only know this firsthand because my grandmother-in-law, she lived through the Depression, so it's something she enjoyed, and me and Holly talk about it sometimes. And I to this day, I'm like, I don't know how you could stomach it. My stomach ain't built like that. Byron said something similar, like he know his body. He's like, I can't do that.
Okay.
So we haven't eaten it, but I do know it's a staple from the Great Depression. Now I ain't co-signing it, but I know about it. You know,
I totally understand that. Y'all scared shit out of me.
oh no, we eating this stuff, cuz ain't nobody eating this mess.
Tomato sandwiches, I've seen.
Oh, they smack. They smack.
That sandwich is like going to the plantations, field trip. You knew you weren't supposed to be there. You know what I'm saying? It was just some of your spirit to telling you like you ain't supposed to be there.
What's the tomato sandwich?
No, the banana sandwich.
Oh, okay.
It's like you was there, but you knew you ain't supposed to be there.
Mm.
Like, nah, something just don't feel right.
Y'all know why y'all got me down here on this plantation.
Yeah. Open up the floor so you can see where the people slept at. Like,
oh no,
no bullshit. Think about how brutal that shit was. That's
wait, where they take you to?
Banana and peanut butter.
What place they take y'all to?
Oh well, banana and peanut butter smack.
A few places, bro. This shit was like an annual shit.
I'm trying to skip what the fuck Byron going through right now.
Wait.
So
they was
and Wesley is
taking you out
intrigued.
to the plantation.
I'm trying to figure
and
out my
showing
life.
y'all what a slave quarters were, and it was down.
Yeah.
Oh well, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, Wes, I've been to a place where they show you the slave quarters.
Yeah.
But it was in the dungeon, like in a boat, almost like in a boat.
Thinking about
Well, I don't know
drinking.
about a boat, but I mean, they had like a smaller outhouse, and like, I mean, obviously,
Yeah.
Wes, they were
Oh, I knew they had
dilapidated
that.
type of
I
dilapidated.
used to
now,
pray for times like this to rhyme like this.
Shit was wild.
But Byron was like, "Yo, they actually lifted up the joint and showed you where they stayed," and I'm like,
No, they
"Whoa."
they
well,
were sleeping down there.
you might see that at Jamestown because I know they had the boat. They got the boat down there. So
Yeah,
Byron,
Yeah,
Jamestown got
right.
the boat
yeah, and when we were
and
kids,
the
now, Wes,
cabins.
we didn't. Our grade never went, but I know my sister didn't went. Other people went to Jamestown, so they would have seen a
Well,
boat. You know.
I mean, I don't disagree. I'm glad we never went. We didn't go either.
Oh,
I
okay.
went there.
But other
I went to
classes did too.
Jamestown. I went to Jamestown, John.
Yeah, some of that history that they were showing us was quite traumatic if you think about it.
They got one at the boys' home at the Patrick Henry joint, right?
Why would I be there?
No, he's talking to me. Why would they? What are you talking about?
Okay.
You know, then they got a spot like that with the slave quarters and all that at the boys' home.
Up at Thomas, up at Red Hill, Thomas Jefferson and shit. Not Thomas Jefferson. Yeah,
What
the
were they trying
Red
to
Hill.
show? What were they trying to show y'all?
They weren't showing us. It was just a house out there.
Oh, it just still
it's like
existed.
it's actually
okay.
two out there, to be honest.
But he had slaves out there.
And then one, yeah.
It's like a main attraction, bro. It's like people travel from all over the world.
All over the world. That sounds like it's haunted, bro. That's terrible.
Bro, it was Patrick Henry house, dog.
Yeah, I kept saying Thomas Jefferson, but because Thomas Jefferson's over here and got there in Popular Force.
Patrick Henry.
Patrick Henry,
okay,
Patrick Henry himself, Patrick Henry's couple houses out there that's still, tourable and everything like that. Then they got like 2 or 3 that's off the way that are still up that they don't touch. So we snuck out and ran up on one night.
That's what I was about. I was about to say, I wonder how many times y'all have snuck up some things.
Look, let me tell you something. That's some creepy shit. Creepy shit.
I mean, I don't know how creepy you was getting out there, bro.
Hey, look, knees to chest.
Once again, I don't know how creepy y'all was getting out there, brother, but that's
wild.
Knees
to chest. Gone. What in the hell was that?
Man, you follow up, man. You
Listen, I was already there. It went over his head. I was like, it was scary, but it ain't the scary you thinking about, bro. But it ain't my
yeah, no, I'm gonna let Wes nasty ass think shit, but I'm talking like we went out just.
I was going off what you said, man. I was trying to figure out.
Well, hey,
you ever heard the term knees to chest, just running?
Yes,
yeah,
I know.
I know
Wes.
I knew where you was at.
I know Wes don't run, but
let
I'm
me
just
switch
saying.
my glasses out so I can hear you better again. Hold on.
But Durante, I knew you were running. I was gonna make the joke that you didn't know if it was your heart beating or your knees hitting your doggone chest, but you knew something was the thumping. Yeah.
I was like, what the fuck was that? Be out. My ancestor said, leave there.
Get out.
Get out.
Get out. Oh shit.
There be some strange things down there out in the woods, I suppose, man. You get it how you live.
That's dark out there, bro. That's a different type of dark.
And ain't no lights, so yeah, it's dark.
It's a different type of dark out there until you get to like the circle where all the houses at. Between that and that, you hang it up, Jack.
I believe it. Well, I guess we'll go ahead and wrap this thing on up. So we want to thank everybody that tuned into the Experts About Nothing podcast. I've been your host, Wesley. Man, Brent, what you want to tell the people?
Hey, man, see something, say something. Check out Gifted Hands 08 on Instagram. The link to the wife's website's in the bio. Get your events planned, get your custom items made, get your decor made. You name it, we do it. Also, just in closing here, we got 9 weeks, folks. Let's get busy.
So if y'all did not follow what my man was saying, he said be sure to go and check out Gifted Hands 08 on Instagram to get your custom items made, get your events planned, or whatever or anything else in between that you may or may not want. Holla at Holly at Gifted Hands 08, and she got you. And also make sure you're registered to vote and get your voting plan together.
Oh, they got a dual picture. Both of them.
It's the same picture. You ain't paying attention.
Bro,
No,
I'm just looking at the picture, bro. That was my first time actually paying attention to the picture.
yeah, but your boy got to show off he's in San Juan. I done paid all his money for this custom tux and stuff, so I had to show off.
You gotta let her shine though. You all in the video.
Hey! I let her shine. This her page. She chose the picture.
It's her page, bro. You gotta let her shine, man.
Hey, listen. Let me give you some advice. She is shining. So for the men that don't know, we are an accessory, just like they have purses and shoes. She's the main attraction. We just the accessory. We just there to fit in, but she the show. So it is what it is.
Okay, I like that.
And Byron, man, what you want to tell the people?
But get your ass behind the camera. How about that? Oh man, just shot big dogs on me. I appreciate everything, man. For real, from people commenting, sharing, liking, a little bit of everything, man. I got a rebrand coming up for the fall, so I'm getting right for that. I'm picking through stuff that I like, I don't like, so, and we're gonna run from there. That's it. All
right. So with that being said, y'all be sure to go to bigdogsonly.com. That is BIGDAWGONLY.com. Bigdogsonly.com. Y'all see my man, he still got your shorts on the site, got your shirts on the site, buckets on the site. If you make a purchase of over $50, you get yourself a free bucket. So holler at my man and let him hook you up.
Hoodie season. Hoodie season.
Oh, hoodie season
is on the way. I got some stuff. I wanted to pull this one out so bad, but I'm gonna save it.
Hey man, you can always get the people an exclusive just to close out. But if you don't want to do it, that's cool. But Durante, man, what you want to tell the people?
Y'all stay safe out here. Apologize for the lateness, but the money was talking today. But we heard y'all stay healthy, stay hydrated, brush your teeth, and you already know, wash your ass, because sun might be getting a little cooler, or the weather might be getting a little cooler. Your body's still hot. Do better.
Bro, we still close to the 90s, bro. It's hot outside.
It felt decent today. It wasn't bad today.
Oh, I ain't go. Can I go? I ain't go out today. So I guess
who body hot you looking at?
Well, wait a minute. Hold on. Let's address something, Wes. It didn't get past. It didn't. I mean, it got like 76, 77 today. I mean, with a little sun beating on you, maybe
go out
80.
Today, man. I'm just.
I mean, listen, the sun beating on you was.
This morning, I had to send the missus out with a jacket. When I went outside to check out that, I said, you can't go out without a coat, baby. I got to put a little jacket on you.
Hey, hold on, wait a minute.
Yeah, it was cool. Hey, listen.
This morning.
This morning.
I was Gucci, but it hit me. I was like, oh yeah, fall coming. Because I wear sleeves anyway, year round pretty much. But I was like, oh yeah, I'm gonna need a hoodie soon. It's coming, yo.
Can't wait to put it on.
Hey, in the morning it's gonna be in the 50s. So hey, cuffing season is here. Y'all, and listen, y'all know what it is. Holla at my man.
The weather has arrived, I suppose. Like I said, I ain't go out today, so
we gotta get the hoodies up together, you know?
Yeah.
ASAP.
Well, Durante, we appreciate you and everything that you do. Appreciate you for arriving to the show. Never mind. Anyway, this has been the Xmas About Nothing podcast, and we out.